Oh, hey! Annette Lang here. Welcome to another episode of the LangShow. My show is about life with a side order of fitness. Sometimes it's a big side order of fitness, sometimes it's a tiny little side order of fitness. I just got off my bike, rode around, saw a few clients today. There's some people gone, so excuse my mess, but this is what you get when you work with me. So I'd like to talk to you about a few things today. The first thing is this number. That number, 86. So what does that mean? Today is the 86th day of the year 2013. I like to think about this sometimes because it keeps me in check as far as how time doesn't always go so fast, and it makes me appreciate each individual day. Day 86. Some of my clients are gone because of Passover, Easter, and their kids are on spring break. So I was able to work on my other part of my business, the workshop business. Getting ready to host Easter in our beautiful newly renovated apartment. So I'm running around trying to find things for that. Day 86 is a good day. In today's show, I would like to talk about a term or a concept that I first heard a long time ago. I went to school in Germany from 1982 to 1983, and my family is German-Hungarian. So I went out drinking with some of my cousins, and I'll never forget this. The next morning, one of them said to me, "Are you fit?" And I thought, well, yeah, I'm fit. You know, I run a lot. I'm in good shape. And he explained to me, because I said, that's an interesting way to say, you know, to say to me in the morning, "Are you fit?" You know, and he said, no. I mean it as, are you ready? Are you sort of emotionally and mentally? Are you composed? Are you with me? You know, he said, "Bist du fit?" Are you fit? The colloquial way to say it in German. It's not the formal way. Sind Sie fit? Anyway, bist du fit? Are you fit? So are you ready? And that's I think is a great way to think about it, because it isn't just about one part of me. It's the whole person. You know, being in fitness, so many people tell me, "Oh, you're in great shape because you're a personal trainer." And I respectfully, vehemently disagree with that. I am in great shape because I choose to be in great shape. I want to be in great shape. I'm a personal trainer because I want to help you if you're ready to make some changes to your fitness level. I never wanted to be a zealot. I don't believe in that. I think it's insulting to you and everybody else who might not like to work out that much. So anyway, I like that idea, are you fit, in a holistic kind of sense. So when you get up tomorrow morning on start day 87, or still finishing today, day 86, ask yourself, am I fit? And then it brings to mind, you know, the whole AILS concept, activity, leisure, exercise, and the synergy. So fit means all of it, you know? So if you took a walk today, that's terrific. You know, if you feel like you're going to start to be better on your exercise program tomorrow, awesome, we'll take it. So, bist du fit? Another concept, or another thing I'd like to do is a segment from You Might Be a Jerk. You just might be a jerk. I spoke about this once before, and I would like to say this today. It's not always what you're doing that makes you a jerk, but it's your response to it or what you say after it when somebody points it out to you. For example, if I'm standing on the top of the stairs leading into the subway, totally taking up space for people walking up and down stairs and they can't get by me because I'm checking a text message or something, I don't think that makes me a jerk. I think that it could, if the intent is I don't care about anybody else, but I mean more, you know, if you point that out to somebody, "Hey, look, excuse me, you're sort of in the way here, can I get by you?" And then you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, of course, yes." Now, I don't think you're a jerk. However, I think if you say, "F you," you know, mind your own business or something, then you're a jerk. So I'd like to tell you one story. I was riding my bike over the Brooklyn Bridge, and when you get onto the bridge, it's a really tight space there on the Brooklyn side. And this guy was sitting there on his bike, and this sort of like, you know, the bikes were sort of like not necessarily right next to each other, so they were taking up a lot of space, and if you had to go by them, it was sort of cumbersome. you know, when people are trying to get to work in the morning. So I said, hey, you guys, you're sort of in a bad spot right here. And this guy turned around, looked at me and said, so what do you think, you own the road? I was like, oh, come on. And so I started riding over the bridge, and he caught up and passed me going up the hill on the bridge. And he goes, you sure have a big mouth for being so slow. I think you might just be a jerk. So that's my segment, you might just be a jerk. Now, as far as fitness, this could be probably exercise for most of us. I want to talk about just equipment. You know, today, one of my clients, the gym where we work out in her building, they closed it without giving notice to anyone. So we asked the people in charge if we could work out in the party room. So we got a couple of dumbbells, my client and I, we walked in there, and I busted her ass. Lots of body movements, lots of jumping, lots of plyos, lots of core, upper body with the weights. It was a great workout. You don't have to have a gym. Remember, this is the best piece of equipment, and we just have to figure out how to use it. So, walking up a flight of stairs, carrying something, press it overhead a few times. Excellent workout. Doing a set of 10 squats every time a commercial comes on TV. Boy, and that's a lot, right? Because there's a ton of commercials. You would do about 100 squats like that. You know, so just moving your body. Modified push-ups wherever you can. You know, get into a good position and do a couple of push-ups. Anything to move this piece of equipment. And so that brings to mind another exercise in the installment of my favorite bartender workout. This exercise is called the Gaid. Gaid is a bartender whom I know through the Waterfront Ale House here in Brooklyn, where I know a lot of bartenders. But the thing about Gaid, he's always so fast, right? So, you know, sometimes you gotta beg for another beer with Gaid or Guy. You better watch out, man, because when that beer gets close to empty, whoosh, there's another full beer. And he goes, that's my job, man. You got an empty drink, I fill it up for you again. Super simple, right? And so I thought this quickness and changing that you have to be in terms of catching him before he fills it again if you don't want one, or him just being so quick, would lend itself to not a plyometric, like a power move. And I was thinking, you know, good core stuff. So speaking of tools, I mean, you could take a 2-liter bottle of water. You could take, you know, a book. I mean, anything with a little bit of resistance. So I'm going to call these power chops, the Guy exercise. So I'm going to do 5 repetitions. I'm going to keep it pretty tight. Now, you can also do bigger body movements. If you work out in the park, I could have you actually throw the ball overhead. But since I'm in the starting phases of these exercises, I'm going to keep it a little bit simpler. And so you're going to stand here with your feet somewhere about hip width apart. And I'm going to start from my left hip and go up towards my right shoulder. But I'm going to do it pretty fast. I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to feel my core, my abs kicking in. So I'm going to do 5 reps to each direction. Switching from my right hip up towards my left shoulder. Nice. Now I'm going to do horizontal across the front, where everything turns, everything rotates. Excellent. One more time. 5 to each direction. Power chops. If it feels good, you can bend your knees and do a little mini squat to add a little bit more work to it. One more horizontal. Excellent. The Guy or Gaid exercise, power chops, one of the exercises from my favorite bartender workout. So to review, remember today's day, it's day 86, love it, and do something with it. We talked about bist du fit? Are you fit in a general holistic sense? And that way, if one aspect of you isn't going so hot today, that's okay, the rest of it is. And then we talked about how you might just be a jerk. So if somebody points out to you that you're standing there blocking the way because you're texting somebody, say I'm sorry, you know, and be nice. Chops from my favorite bartender workout. Now, I want to get a beer because I am a little stressed getting my kitchen ready for my family coming over for Easter. So I'm going to have a nice smutty, and you're going to walk over here with me because check this out. Every home should have one of these. It's a nice bottle opener, and the bottle cap falls right into the garbage. See you on another episode. Thanks a lot for joining me on the Lang Show. I am fit.